Twitter stream. So we'll see how that goes as well. All right, so cool. Thanks, everyone. If you're just joining, welcome to the Mirrors Weekly Planning. We are an all-in-one game development platform, very much like a Roblox or UFN, but not kid-focused, much more like modernized with a ton of extra cool features, and it's 100% open source because you can fully own everything you build because we're built on the MIT license, built on Godot, which has been fantastic. So with this, we've been planning every week, going over GitHub issues, what's been the latest as far as things we're prioritizing, bugs we're fixing, and features and the like. So just kind of kicking things off, this may be a slightly shorter one just because we have been very focused on a lot of CI/CD, focusing on that, moving our open source repo over, our closed source repo over to open source has been a bit large of a task than I think we initially thought it'd be. But we got a lot of that across the line. Gordon's been doing awesome work there, and that allowed us to actually get a new release out. The itch release is still the Gravity release, which was back in January. So we've got a lot of stuff in the app, of course, that hasn't been shipped just yet, and that'll be incoming soon. And so we'll be getting that out once CI/CD is there. Gordon, any comments on the CI/CD side? And what was breaking in GitHub artifacts? Hmm. Nice. All right. Well, thanks for tackling that. Yeah, it sounds like a huge pain. All right, cool. So CI/CD coming soon. Then we'll be getting the. I think our website's already updated to the Horizon release H, but it'll be officially the H release, so that'll be coming soon. Lots of good stuff in there that people have been requesting. One being like a new materials tab, and that'll be there, so you can actually manually modify materials, even like not just the entire object at once, which is definitely a key feature that's needed. So that's coming in soon. Wojtek did some awesome work there. And the long join time, Gordon, I know you're also looking at that. We've had that issue come up with a lot of people, and we want to make sure the friction is as low as possible to hop into a space, be editing it, be playing it, things like that. Sweet. Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Awesome. That's great. Yep, very much so. Cool. All right, sounds good. Yeah, that join time and shader compilation update will be great. Yeah, if you didn't see it on the Godot side for the TPS demo, it's looking sweet. Things are really speeding up, a lot less stutter, just super smooth. So we're excited for that. So thank you, whoever came out of the woodwork there. That was great. And Pietro had a question. Would you be able to say plan dates for early databases, marketplace, and next version on itch? For itch, we're working on the marketplace. That'll be out as probably, I guess, next 3 to 6 weeks roughly. And on the so essentially because we have so many features that have already been implemented to date over the past 2 months that are not in the itch app, we want to just get the app out. Period. But then what we're doing with the CI/CD here is going to allow us to ship at a much quicker cadence. Again, just going from closed source to open source actually is kind of a heavy lift with everything you got to change. So once that's there, we'll be able to ship out something on itch quickly. Then after that, it's new features on top of that. So marketplace will be next. Databases will be soon after that. And I also see, Pietro, you asked about terrain editing with VR. And so height map editing. So essentially it's more so like, do we do any editing in VR? That's also planned. A lot of our vision for this has been the experience of Gary's mod and like how you have tools and you're like modifying the world with your tools and it's very interactive and gamified. That's the experience that we want. That's a blast. That's awesome. Still got to do stuff on equipables. That was another conversation on our Discord and on my screen here. I'll go ahead and hop to that real quick. I think there's someone on our bugs channel or help us about that. I'll find it real quick. Oh yeah, Vladimir and name is blocked out here. We're asked about equipables. We have some bugs as far as items in the sidebar and then that you can equip, then actually instancing that in world and then also equipping that. That's a bug that we're going to figure out to make sure that is there. And then we'll also be working on ways that you can take something in your asset sidebar, modify the equipable properties that are assigned to the GLTF. And so in theory, the aim is so that you can like have a fire rate, for example, on your gun, and then that's modified in the sidebar, you equip it and go from there. So definitely a much needed workflow. We just haven't gotten around to it, but FYI that is coming and we're quite excited about it. And Pietro also asked about voxel terrain. So for some history there, we started with voxel terrain. When was that? Day one, essentially, and it was a nightmare. Granted, it wasn't Xylan's plugin is awesome, so it wasn't Xylan. I think it's more so it was for Godot 3 at the time. We were moving to Godot 4 Alpha like right when it came out, which is pretty unstable. Nothing against Godot, it's just like massive work. But we probably should have not done the alpha right away. Waited till like beta, but anyway, we did. And so with that, voxel terrain was plus the networking, plus everything else, plus stability was causing a lot of issues. So we were eventually like, let's rip it out. This is kind of ridiculous. Yep, very much so. Yep, true that. And thanks, Pietro. I was not sharing my screen on Discord. It is on the live stream though, so it'll be on YouTube and you'll be able to watch it there. Cool. And also on the render improvement side, Gordon just linked this. If you didn't see this already on the TPS demo side, it's pretty sweet. One side is going to have a lot of jitters. If you've ever used the TPS demo, it's like one of the showcase demos for 3D with Godot. It's always had these jitters over here on the left. And so very excited to have that to be much more streamlined, much more smooth. So great work there. good questions, Pietro. Pietro, excuse me. I have way too many screens up. Also, if you're tuning into this, be sure to start us on Discord. We're at 932 now. I feel like we should throw a party when we get to 1,000. That's coming up, so I appreciate all the support from this. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to do that. Uh, yeah. Real quick, Pietro had another comment. Tried voxel train once and got about 30 FPS in VR. Yeah, and physics is a key thing there too. We also have Jolt implemented, and so with our Jolt side, it could be worth checking some stuff out as far as the modification if you want to try that. Um, but yeah, it could be at your own risk as far as the terrain stuff for sure, especially terrain plus VR. But we'd love to have that in the future for sure. I'm totally with you there. That would be cool to have. And feature side, one other bug that's high priority to fix is if you've seen the localhost space, whenever you have the open source code running, that's actually invalid. That needs to be removed. So one of us will be doing that. It was just for some dev testing earlier, but really you don't need that anymore. You can still run the app, of course, and we'll be implementing the localhost peer-to-peer multiplayer incoming. That's this issue number 20 here, but not there yet. But that'll still allow you to do localhost, which will actually be our default going forward. So you do the gate, like the development, the game, everything's running locally. You can invite your friends to play peer-to-peer setup, and yeah, life is good. The server side implementation that's currently going on. So we actually spin up a server on our end, but we want to make sure that we're a bit more scalable on our side to do it right. All right, cool. Feature wise, I have continually been adding stuff on the Mirror roadmap for urgent and high priorities. And so stuff that's incoming. Oh, also in the itch app, you'll have some basics of writing GD script in world. Think of it definitely also as an alpha feature. So may have some bugs, but we'd love the feedback on it. But that'll be cool to have to actually write some GD script. So we're excited about that. Feature-wise, marketplace is incoming, and then space object refactor is also probably should be done sooner rather than later. Gordon, open your thoughts there, but that I feel like that blocks a lot of other features incoming too, like parenting and grouping. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I feel and that could introduce more bugs. I'd rather get space object refactor stable. Plus, that'll be directly related to the physics changes, I would guess, anyway. Hmm. Nice. Excited for that. Cool. I would, oh, good. Yeah, Andre is great. I was watching a Godot tutorial the other day, and I was like, this voice sounds familiar. It's Andrea's video. It's great. Cool. Yeah, thank you for these fixes, Gordon. I think that's going to be really good. Mm-hmm. Yep. There we go. Cool. Well, anything else? Otherwise, I feel like we covered the main stuff. All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you, everyone. Appreciate y'all joining. And be sure to engage with us, talk more on Discord. We're here. We are making a lot of changes. And check out our new release when that's there. We're quite excited.